Hello everyone, it's Blazing Conqueror from Gamers here, bringing you an Buddyfight Ace review, talking about episode 15, it's Ace of Studies versus Chess Master. What did I think of this video? BuzzFeed loves spreading their influence and making victims. This is supposed to be a nice, fun video. What are you doing? Alright. First off, in the video, what I would like to talk about is the introduction to our chess master and the new attributes, or I've never figured out how to set these right. Attribute, drag metal, with the interesting ability of oppression, being able to move your monsters to your opponent's left or right side after attacking, and if they control an press zone, they get to either gain benefits or harm their opponent. It's an interesting little concept, and it's surprising they brought it into Star Dragon World, but I guess it's mostly due to our new character. Seiji, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, I'm pretty much sure I would butcher it, so I'm sorry, is introduced to us as our chess master, just like our main three protagonists, who were each introduced into their own field. It looks like Seiji was introduced in a chess match as he played against a robot. Everyone questioned how he would play against a robot since it seemed almost physically impossible. Showing off his skills and coming out with the victory, he surprised all those who watched him. Later on, we find out he is friends with Satoru. And overall, I enjoyed it. It seemed that Satoru actually had friends outside of the main group. Satoru seeming like a guy who doesn't seem to have many friends, or seems to be a guy who likes making friends. It was a bit surprising to many people, especially our main cast. But then this is where the problem starts. After their hangout session, introducing Seiji to the main crew, and after being questioning Subaru about making friends, Seiji seems to note that Subaru is more of a rival than an actual friend, since even he was surprised after Subaru invited him to come over to the cafe. Afterwards, after the cafe scene, we're introduced to the scene of Seiji being walking home or walking somewhere, I don't know. And then he encounters Ranma. I think encounter is the best word. Ranma then brings him into this strange world, with the ground being chess piece, or yeah, that seems like a chess piece. As Ranma questions him about his friendship or connection with Subaru. In the top right corner, Seiji says that he wants to value his friendship with Subaru, meaning that in the episode he states that he is afraid that if he beats Subaru, Subaru will leave him. And so far, why did we need another Ranma plot? In all honesty, we don't need any more victims in Buddyfight. We already got rid of it with Ranma so far, because Ranma just blamed Yuga, but I don't think every main character needs this. It's interesting that they gave him Star Dragon World out of anything else, but I guess he needed to match the protagonist he's assigned to? He's also seems to have the same mentality as Ranma, where he needs to beat the main protagonist he was assigned to actually feel like he's doing something. Then in the bottom left corner, Ranma says that even if Subaru leaves him, they can be allies, not friends, allies. Because even in the Wikia, it doesn't even state that Ranma is his ally. It's the other way around. And it really bothered me when he went back to his normal clothes and said this to him, because it just reminds me of the fact that Yuga did nothing to him. Yuga did his best to include Ranma in everything, but you can't blame Yuga for this, in all honesty. Then towards the episode, the fight was fight was really decent. But my one problem with the fight was they just keep showing how bad galaxy formation as a skill is. Subaru's left zone was just taken over and nothing could have been done about it. They attacked Knight Lance, Neo Lance, but then Seiji protected him using Neon Dragon protection. And it's interesting that even though it's on your opponent's side, you get to still protect it. Even though you have basically almost no control over it, except for like the protection or the oppression skill. It's an interesting concept, taking your opponent's zones, which is something we haven't had in Buddyfight yet. So it's nice to see Bushiroad is introducing new stuff. Then Subaru ends up losing this episode, which is also another surprise, since I thought Seiji would end up being a one-off character where Subaru defeats him, and then over throughout the duration of the show, we would see him again trying to fight Subaru. Unlike Yuga, Subaru hasn't seemed to have any admiration of going after Seiji right now, but probably that will change in the next episode. I hope so, though. At the end of the episode, Seiji thanks Ranma for helping him, while him and his buddy fly off. I want to talk about two dumb issues I have with the episode, and they're small issues. One is Ranma. It's great. It's great, Ranma. You weren't being looked for. It's so great that you can stand in the stands, just like people like Davida, or who else did stuff like this? It was mostly Davida in season 1 and 2. In, I think, Kido, perhaps? But compared to Davida and Kido, I believe, or I think it's Sophia, those guys weren't really introduced to us yet. But Ranma, it's episode 15, you're already the villain, and you're trying to put yourself out there to be found. How great. Another problem I have with this episode is the entire layout of this tournament arc. I like tournament arcs, don't get me wrong, but so far, this tournament arc seems to have no structure, as the tournament arc seems to represent real life tournaments, as you go to a shop, you fight in that shop, the winner of that shop goes to a bigger tournament, they fight off in that tournament, and then there's a singular top 8. So far, this episode doesn't make any sense, since most of the fights seem to happen at Castle. I would have thought that Yuga, Subaru, and Musudo would all fight at different tournaments, but Yuga and Subaru so far have both fought at Castle. I don't know if they're the tournament fights, but if they are, this one loss that this one win that Seiji has gained seems really pointless in some degree. It's not like Subaru's out of the running for this tournament. He's still probably in it, unless I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. I just need more information on how this entire tournament's being structured. Another thing, and I think a lot of people are annoyed by this, but it's Inu. Inu so far just seems to be here to be a rip-off Haruko. And she doesn't seem to do much either. Like, I'm pretty sure she also watches Yuga's channel. And on Yuga's channel, there was an entire video where they stated they were looking for Ranma. I get your commentary in the video, but if you're looking out in the stands, I'm pretty sure you should catch it, or your buddy should catch it. The final thing I had a problem with this episode, it's such a convenience that Yuga was home this episode. This also just sparked my confusion with the tournament arc, because Yuga's home. Everyone in the last episode was preparing for the last 2 episodes were preparing for this tournament, and we're excited for this tournament, but Yuga is suddenly home. So to my thought as a viewer is like, so the tournament isn't going on right now, is it? But everyone's having these fights at Castle. Like, normally all the fights are at Castle, but the tournament arc just seems to be a bit confusing. The final thing not the final thing. The next thing I want to talk about is a little theory I've come up with. In the top pictures above. It's Ranma talking to Vanity Destroyer about needing allies. But before he says that, he remembers Yuga, Subaru, and Masudo. Then in the bottom pics, Ranma talks about that his true objective is to go after Subaru. First off, I thought of this as, wait a minute, he's actually after Subaru, but Subaru doesn't seem to have any problems. We really don't know much about Subaru's backstory for this to make sense, I guess. But then I thought maybe he isn't after Subaru just to go after, because Subaru is a powerful buddy fighter, or maybe something's wrong with him. I think it's more of the fact that he wants to take away Masudo and Subaru from Yuga because he feels like those were the two that took Yuga from him and made him feel that Yuga was forgetting about him. It's a little mini theory that I thought, because we already have a rival villain for Subaru, but then my theory was completely debunked in a way so far for now, is because our next episode isn't a Masudo episode. Our next episode revolves around Yuga and Dan, which I'm finally excited for, because we get to finally see this guy fight. Blood Dragon Division seems to be a really good archetype, being like Dragon World's version of Prism Dragons, where you get to force your opponent's monsters to attack when you want to with your monster effects, and they revolve around destruction. I think overall, when Blood Dragon Division comes out, they'll be a very powerful deck. But that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'm very excited for the next episode. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll see you around, Zoo.